Number 10. Diamonds. Have you ever felt that pure burning rage paying $5 for water at a crowded airport? Now multiply that rage by 1,000. These stones aren't rare at all. The earth is literally stuffed with them. They are just held hostage in dark, heavy vaults to create a completely artificial scarcity. In the late 1800s, corporate giants panicked because finding too many diamonds would make the price collapse. So they aggressively bought every single mine on Earth. They locked the diamonds away, releasing just enough each year to make you believe they are special. It is like buying every pizza place just to keep them closed. In 1947, they didn't sell you a stone. They hired an ad agency to invent a psychological trap, 4 words that convinced a planet that rocks equal love. They literally manufactured the tradition that you must sacrifice 2 whole months of your life's work just to prove you are committed. It was just a line from an ad. It costs $50 to mine that stone. You are paying the other $4,900 for a massive global marketing campaign designed to steal your savings. The second you leave the store, the value vanishes. Try selling it back. They will offer you pennies because they know the rock is actually worthless. Number 9. Printer ink. This colored liquid costs more per ounce than vintage wine. They give you the printer for almost nothing just to trap your soul later. That tiny microchip is an evil spy. Its only job is to lie to your face, telling the printer the tank is empty even when it is still full. Most cartridges are declared dead while 20% of the ink is still inside. Your own devices are literally programmed by corporations to steal from you. You just want to print a simple black grocery list, but the machine refuses because the blue ink is low. It is absolute calculated corporate madness. This liquid costs 5 cents to make, but they charge you $75. That is a markup of 150,000%. Think about that. It is like buying a car that only runs on one specific brand of $75 gas. They own the machine, so they own your wallet for life. Take a look inside. Those expensive cartridges are mostly filled with air. The actual ink takes up just a tiny fraction of the space you paid for. It makes movie theater popcorn look like a charity donation. You are not buying ink. You are paying a lifetime subscription for your own frustration. Number 8. Designer sunglasses. One single monopoly called Luxottica owns almost every brand you love. They do not just sell glasses, they own your entire face. You are paying $350 for an $8 piece of plastic. The only thing luxury about it is the tiny printed logo on the side. A $15 pair from a gas station offers the exact same UV protection. You are paying for a name, not for your actual eye health or safety. You are a walking billboard for a giant monopoly. And the funniest part, you actually paid them a massive fortune for that absolute ridiculous privilege. They make the glasses, sell them in their own stores, and even own the insurance companies. That is not a supply chain. It is a corporate chokehold. When Oakley tried to fight back on pricing, Luxottica simply wiped them off all their retail shelves until the stock collapsed and they were forced to sell. That premium logo isn't even engraved most of the time. It is just a tiny dab of paint. You are paying hundreds of dollars for a sticker. There is no negotiation when one company owns the entire industry. You are not buying fashion. You are funding a ruthless global corporate monopoly. Number 7. Bottled water. Most of the time, you are just paying for ordinary tap water wearing an expensive shiny suit of cheap plastic. The water inside costs almost zero. The bottle costs 5 cents. Yet you pay $2. That is a staggering 4,000% markup for water. Dasani is just tap water. Aquafina is too. The biggest soda companies in the world figured out they could sell you the sink water and you'd buy it. They spent decades scaring you, making you believe that public tap water is dirty just so they could sell your basic human rights back to you. In blind tests, people actually prefer the taste of tap water. But the bottle has a fake mountain on it, and humans love pretty expensive lies. In developed countries, tap water is tested hundreds of times a day. Bottled water is tested far less. You are paying more for less safety. The brands that charge the most are the ones that sound the most exotic. It's the same liquid, just with a better story and a higher price. You are paying for the privilege of destroying your own environment. It is time to wake up and stop buying their bottled plastic-wrapped illusions. Number 6. Brand name pain relievers. You pay $8 for a brand while the generic store version right next to it costs only $2. The law strictly requires generic drugs to have the exact same active ingredients. It is not a guess. It is a serious, non-negotiable legal requirement. That extra $6 pays for the shiny box, the catchy commercials, and the fake doctor in the white coat on your television screen. Both pills were likely made in the exact same factory on the exact same machines using the exact same chemical powder. There is no difference. You are literally paying for a colorful sticker. Our bodies cannot read brand names, but our wallets certainly feel the sting of the massive markup. The markup on brand name pain relievers can reach 500%. All for a pill that costs fractions of a single cent to produce. Stop funding their multi-million-dollar advertising budgets. Trust the science, save your money, and stop being a victim of the brand name pharmaceutical illusion. Number 5. Ticket convenience fees. You do all the hard work on your own computer and they charge you for the absolute privilege. There is no staff, no ticket booth, and no paper. Just a digital server stealing $15 for a service that costs the company zero. They call it drip pricing. They show you a low price first, then slowly drip the real painful cost at the absolute end of the process. They wait until the final checkout screen because they know you are already emotionally committed. It is a calculated psychological trap, not a convenience. One company made nearly $2 billion in fees alone last year. Not from selling tickets, but from simply existing and exploiting your excitement. Order processing fees, facility charges, convenience fees. Nobody knows what they actually pay for because the company doesn't have to tell you. Most people just pay it because losing the ticket feels worse than being robbed. They are counting on your fear and your emotional investment. Number 4. In-game skins. Imagine burning $100 just so a complete stranger on the internet thinks your digital character looks cool. You are buying digital clothes that do not exist for a character that cannot feel. It is a complete and utter financial hallucination. These skins give you zero advantage. You don't hit harder or run faster. You just look slightly better before you get eliminated from the game. They built a $40 billion empire by exploiting your ego. It is a genius evil manipulation of our basic human need for status. One digital knife skin sold for over $100,000. A digital knife you can't hold use or even see in the real world. Wearing a rare skin is the ultimate flex for a generation trapped in a screen. It says you either wasted money or got lucky. You are trading real human labor for pixels that will vanish the moment the server shuts down. Stop buying their useless digital ghosts. Number 3. Movie theater popcorn. You aren't buying a snack, you are paying a ransom in a dark, locked, and silent room. They price the tickets low to lure you in, then lock the doors where outside food is strictly forbidden. It is a hostage situation. The actual corn costs 5 cents. That yellow slime they pump on top, it's not butter. It's cheap toxic chemical powder and grease. You are paying a 1,300% markup for heated air. The movie is just a 2-hour commercial for the expensive concession stand. That butter costs the theater half a cent per serving. You are paying $9 for half a cent of orange powder on 5 cents of corn. They lock you in the dark and suddenly $9 for a bag of air seems reasonable. They are counting on your hunger. It's time to stop being a victim of their overpriced salt and grease. Eat before you go or stop being their financial hostage. Number 2, naming a star. You pay $50 to give someone the universe, but you're actually just buying a useless piece of paper. No astronomer on Earth recognizes your fancy certificate. It has zero legal or scientific value in the real world. It is completely meaningless. To the scientific community, your star of love is still just a cold sequence of numbers like HD 36395. Your special name doesn't exist. They took the most beautiful thing in the night sky and turned it into an unregulated scam to exploit people deeply in love. These companies have an infinite supply of something they do not own. You are paying $50 for a fancy $2 digital printout. Stop buying their celestial illusions. If you want to show someone you love them, buy them something that actually exists in physical reality. Number 1. College application fees. You spend weeks pouring your heart into an essay just for the absolute privilege of being ignored. No human being is reading your story. A cold algorithm scans your GPA and throws you in the digital trash in under 3 seconds. Elite schools need you to apply just so they can reject you. A lower acceptance rate makes them look more prestigious and much more expensive. They have weaponized your anxiety. It is a multi-million-dollar machine fueled entirely by the hopes and tears of stressed-out and desperate teenagers. Harvard alone made nearly $5 million in 1 year just from fees. They aren't covering costs, they are collecting extra greedy profit. You are paying $85 for a computer to spend 3 seconds on your file. It is the most expensive and useless 3 seconds of your life. You pay them a fortune for the desperate chance to go into massive debt for the rest of your life. It is time for everyone to wake up. I will be exposing more of these global scams in the future. If you are tired of being tricked, you know what to do. Subscribe now. Stop being a victim. Stop paying for illusions. Stay sharp, stay angry, and I will see you in the next one. Don't get scammed.